Oh, don't jinx it. What is up, everybody?
Guys, we didn't know if Jake was going to be there when we came live or not.
Damn.
Yeah.
We go freeze up here. Don't you be worried about it, y'all.
He wasn't finished laying the brick behind him. That's why.
It's funny. So when I signed up, I was in the Army. It was the 12 whiskey, which was carpentry masonry specialist. So I would have been laying some brick. But unfortunately, heart circumstances got in the way, and I didn't pave my roads.
And now you're here.
So we get fake brick.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to HVAC Knights. We missed you guys. We're on episode 51. Before we get into it, I do want to remind everybody. I think there's still time to go vote for your favorite HVAC people over at HVACtactical.com. The awards are just around the corner, so don't forget to go vote. And also don't forget to go join our Discord. We're at like 60 members. It's doing pretty well. There's a lot of conversations in there, tips, tool talk, a lot of just chatting. A lot of guys just hanging out. It's really cool. Link in the description, all that stuff.
It's in there.
Dude, I need to send you some links. I got some new links.
For what?
Some people I'm trying to make money off of.
He's trying to rob them.
Oh yeah, don't forget AHR is around the corner. Speaking of the award show, we'll be at the podcast pavilion. I hope you guys go check us out there, and more than likely hanging out at the veto booth and all that.
Y'all already know.
Did you see that new backpack color?
Midnight, saw it, love it.
I was like,
I'm
that's
not a blue guy.
No. Is blacker than blackout or something?
No, it's just navy. I was like, it matches our uniform now. I'm tempted to get it.
Boom.
But
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know. They
Curtis
just
is midnight.
randomly released a new color on the EDC backpack.
Yeah, buddy.
Did you?
Kurt, what color would you choose?
What color would I choose?
Yeah.
Well, I hadn't seen all their colors. I've seen some neon green ones, some neon orange ones. I've seen blackouts, the regulars. I don't know about any other colors.
Well, the backpack comes out in black. Is it charcoal or something? Blackout, olive green, and camo. Did you choose that one?
Ash, I got a OD green one. And then I picked up this one because nobody was going to get it. So, who was I talking to? Somebody was like, "Yeah, I'll just take this one because most people probably wouldn't pick it."
I was gonna say,
get the cut.
I was gonna say if you guys went, because I know like you were there at the award show, nobody picked those.
Yeah,
the camo ones. So they were left. There were a lot of those left over.
I fucks with it. It's my camera bag and shit. My daily driver after my kid gets out the truck, the van. Sorry.
So you do use it?
Every day.
Okay. I got into the Transit. I can't fit in there anymore.
Oh man.
I was like, I used to have so much space in the Express, so it didn't matter. Like I would take a cooler, everything in the front, and limited on space now.
I feel that.
I know you do, man.
Man, I could drive mine in the back of yours, Kurt.
Maybe.
We'll just tug it along, man. We'll just roll all the way through Albany, man. And
wait a minute. Around here, it's not Albany. It's called Albany.
Albany. What? Albany.
You just got. It's a local thing.
It's a local. Yeah. We went over this last time because we were talking about some goofy names.
We got guys in the chat. Froggy, Comfort Medic, Mike. What's wrong with my mic, Mike? Nasty. What does it sound like?
It's very tinny
Your
and
sound
robotic.
is a little messed up. Yeah.
God damn
I
it.
thought it was me, to be honest, so I wasn't going to say nothing. I was like,
No,
I fucked up once.
this stupid mic. Let me close this
Hey,
up.
nothing wrong with that mic.
Hold on.
There it goes.
Okay, there. I
Don't change nothing.
Okay.
did it change?
Norfolk.
You're good. Norfolk, Virginia.
Ah, shit, we lost you, Jake.
God dang it. No, I'm still here.
Uh,
Can you hear me?
yeah, it's a very, very nice photo of you.
Yeah, that's a good picture of you,
I'm
Jake.
happy. Yeah, well, I'm just going to keep it that way. All right. You sons of bitches. I think you did that shit on purpose, Adrian. If I'm going to be honest. Here, let
No,
me
I don't know. Does it sound the same? Because like all my crap had an update when I got back, and it kind of, I feel like it screwed everything up.
Oh, somebody's asking if there was snow cap. Is that a store or something?
snow
Where are
cap
we?
in the middle of June.
Do y'all know what Wawa is?
No, I'm sorry. That's all they fucking have down here. It's absurd.
Really? We're going to get our first.
Nice.
I thought it was a northern thing. Is that right?
When I lived in Maryland, we had them, and I was like, there was nothing special. So when I moved down here, that's like it's racetracks and Wawas and Circle K's, and I'm like, there's nothing to me. I mean, I stop. I'm not gonna lie, I stop at Wawa every morning and make a coffee. So, but
So
I
it's just
prefer
a gas
Sheets.
station.
Yes, sir. You get MTO food and all there, so that's nice.
We don't have that.
You will.
No, we got Buc-ee's in Texas.
Oh, we got some Buc-ee's around. Well, not around here. We're so far out in the boonies, there's not one anywhere nearby. But apparently, it's worth traveling to go see a Buc-ee's.
Yeah, we have them up north. The closest like truck stop thing like that we have is like I think it's called Flying J's. That's the only one we
Mhm.
have. And
From
then we're
We,
getting
what
a
I've
lot
heard
of
about this Buc-ee's, they got all kinds of stuff.
It's
Yeah.
like the Cracker Barrel of gas stations, bro.
and
So like,
I hadn't tried the food before. The food's actually pretty good.
we just did a road trip up to Maryland and PA, and we stopped at the Buc-ee's in Florence, South Carolina. Shout out Florence. And the only time I would go would be like bright ass early or dead ass late, because other than that, it's like going to Disney for gas stations, bro.
It's
Really?
yeah. It gets crazy.
Well, I don't even like going to Walmart because of all the people.
Yeah, you wouldn't like Buc-ee's then, in my opinion.
It like it's not horrible. Like you get to check out pretty quick and you get to get through it, but like the amount of people in there, you're like elbow to elbow.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
But we got the brisket tacos. I'm saying it like you, Adrian. Tacos. I'm getting we had the brisket tacos for breakfast. Those were delicious. And then like the Texas cheesesteak burrito and then some other shit. But the nuts. Got the nuts.
Be what are they called?
Not
There's
just the yeah, they got the beaver nuggets.
nuggets, yeah.
Yeah.
Beaver
But
nugget.
You gotta go, Kurt. You gotta go.
yeah.
You
The
gotta
Wait a
kids were
minute.
pumped. So we went,
Is
the
this
kids
real
were like,
beaver?
of course.
No. It's like their chips and their dessert things. It's just it's what they call it.
Dude, the reason I asked, we got a place down here that sells gator nuggets.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's a real thing. So you say beaver nuggets. I'm like, well, maybe it's real. I don't know.
He's like, there's a chance. But yeah, no, the kids were pumped. So there's two here. We got one Daytona, then we got one in St. Augustine, and we're coming back. We're like, we'll stop at the one in St. Augustine. We get off, and we're like, just to get from the light to it was like 12 minutes. I was like, yeah, fuck that. We'll keep going down 95. We go to get off the one at Daytona, same thing. I'm like, yeah, nah, screw that. And then so instead, Kurt, we hit a Wawa. It was, I was like, nope.
Hey, they pay good.
Well,
That's dude. Yeah.
Have you seen
The
the sign
assistant
outside always
managers.
tells you? Yeah.
Yeah, I've read that shit. It was like no more than 50 hours a week. It's 35 to 50 hours a week, and it's like 125 to 150,000 a year. I'm like, fuck, what?
Yeah, I've
man.
seen those memes. It's like I'm gonna quit my job and go work at a gas station.
Bucky's. Yo,
No.
that's good. They take care of their people down here. Y'all got Raising Canes.
Yeah, we got
No.
a crap ton of them now.
So we were talking to the people at the one by here, and during the hurricane, they laid the people up that needed a hotel room. They put them up in a hotel. They paid for it and all. The Raising Canes did. I'm like,
Okay.
that's company culture right there.
Yeah, I mean, I hear that about them a lot, and then but we have so many now, and my kids, that's all they want now. We
Bruh,
get
right?
tired of it.
Dude, the people I have worked for laid me off at Christmas.
Ah, great company. It sounds like is what you're trying to tell us.
Hey, but they did help us
Get
apply
unemployment.
for unemployment. You know.
That's so
They laid us
bad.
off for a week because they didn't have the work, and then brought us back.
Mm.
Bro, that's so
Practical
shitty.
Gadgeteer had Gator Tail in Jacksonville.
Shout
had-
out.
Y'all eat gator? I never had any of that.
Well, it's.
Mhm.
What does it taste like?
I'm
Chicken?
not gonna say it. No, it's different. It's a little chewier. You ever had shark?
No.
Yeah, I would mix it between. I never had shark either, but but yeah, it's definitely chewier.
It's a little bit chewier. It's a white meat, but it's a little bit chewier. Yeah.
It's not bad though. It's not bad at all.
Do I sound better now, or is it still the same?
Nah, you're Gucci, bro.
Okay.
I had this other camera I was going to use too. I got this Sony camera I've had for a while, but it needs a micro HDMI to USB-C, and yeah, I ain't got time for all that shit. I don't know.
Is that new or?
Nah, I've been had it. It's the Sony ZV-1.
That's like probably the one that they recommend a lot, right?
Yeah,
I
all
think
them
I've
guys.
seen it.
Yeah, I got a hell of a deal on it. Right.
Guys,
$5
that
finger
camera that I
discount.
got came with this tiny little tripod. Check this out.
It's cute, bro.
No.
What camera did you get?
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
It's a depth stick. I'm not I don't have the box or anything in front of me, but I needed an improvement.
stick.
The camera I had was messing up.
Did someone send that out to you to review?
No, I bought it.
It sounds like a company I've worked with before.
They would send it out. Kurt, you probably just start putting random
Just
shit
start
like that on
asking-
your.
Start
Yeah,
asking for shit.
they'll be like, "Oh, all
Well,
right."
what I've about made up my mind that I will accept some of those product
Like, about-
sponsorships,
I love
but I'm
it.
going to put them in shorts. I'm not going to do
Yes,
long
I was about to-
videos on them.
I was about to say that I got sent out another thermal imager.
Oh, there. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And this is actually not. I don't know. No, I left it in my van. This is not even the new one. The new one I got is identical to this, and based on our conversations in email, I thought they were giving me like a new one, and they gave me the same one again. I was like, I'm not doing a video on that, but I think I'll do like short videos on them, right? Like, oh, here's this, it's
Yeah.
whatever, and then yeah, that's it.
That's fucking hilarious.
Because this one, it's a different brand, but they just stamp whatever name on it. It takes like a lightning, what do you call it, to the iPhone.
an old iPhone.
Yeah. So when they sent me the new one, I was like, okay, cool. I have the new iPhone. Does it work? And they're like, yeah, don't worry about it. So I got the same thing. All they did was send me this, and it's kind of big, like an adapter. And I was like, that's not what I wanted. But yeah, they've been asking me about the video. I'm like, I'm just gonna send them a short.
Hey,
Send
there
them a
you
short.
go.
Yeah, like that jack that I took from somebody. All I did was a short on that. I'm not gonna
There you go.
do a full length video.
We got a bunch of people coming in. Sam Andrew, J.K. Marshall. I gotta get through the chat. They're chatting away. Jason Johnson is in the chat. Bring back Polaroids.
They had those cameras for a while there that were like the Polaroids. I know I bought my daughter one years ago.
Yeah, my girlfriend and
Yeah,
her
there's
daughter
like
bought them.
yeah, they were like a little trendy thing.
Isn't the
I
Pocket 4 coming out or no?
They said like end of 26,
Oh, okay.
beginning 27. So
I already told myself I'm not gonna buy any more cameras.
How many camera platforms are y'all in?
just one,
Just one, but like
technically,
five cameras.
of the same. Yeah.
Hey, I was
Technically.
gonna sell my Action 4, and then somebody messaged me like, I got it off Amazon for like $200, and I'm like, I went to go check. They slashed the price for like the holidays, where it's not even worth selling right now.
Yeah, nah, dude. I'm trying to sell the GoPro 12 Black Creator Edition, anyways, GoPro slashed their prices like a month ago. Like, no, a month after they released it. Once DJI dropped theirs, they dropped it to the same
Yeah.
price because they knew they weren't going to compete.
Well, actually the GoPro 12 is one of my favorite of the GoPros.
I'll sell you mine, Kurt, if you want.
I've already got one.
Well, you need another, dude. You gotta get them angles.
Well, the thing is, what I like about it is I can just hook it up to my iPad and download the videos without going through the Quick app.
Mm-hmm.
But when I started using the 13, I got to use the Quick app because half the videos won't download just
Oh, that's
straight
dumb.
onto the photos.
You got your format set up right for it to download?
I don't know.
Because I think they added a RAW in there or something like that. That could be it. Because you can do like when you do your videos, you can do JPEG and RAW. Maybe you're just in one of the formats for the export. I don't know. I'm speaking out my ass maybe, but but I got the Action 5 and it came with 2 batteries for the same price and a $15 gift card.
Oh, I'm just like keeping all the old stuff from the 4 to use on the 5.
Yeah, there you
I think
go.
I think I just bought the camera by itself, and I'm like, oh, I already got batteries.
Yeah, you're good. But
Well, that was a bad thing about buying the Hero 13.
yeah, they
You
changed
got to
it
get
up.
new batteries.
Bastards.
It is a little bit better on heat management though, because when I'm filming in 4K at 60 frames per second, my camera, the processor will overheat.
Mm-hmm.
But the 13 is not so bad about that.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think I want to try 60 frames per second, inspired by Kurt.
You gonna try it?
I might try it. We'll see how it goes.
My first videos were 60, and it's just like I always wondered why they looked weird to me. Yours look fine, Kurt, but to me it just looked too like real. And I was just like, I didn't. To me, it looked, and I didn't know until probably 6 months ago. But it works the way you do it, Kurt, because your shit's more intricate, and I don't really go diving into the whole process of a job like yours, where people can see everything you do. Maybe go for the 60, Adrian, and
Well, the one that looks crazy to me is Chris on his, where he does like 8K 60 or something like that. I don't know what he's doing, but it's like extra crispy.
gotta,
Oh yeah, and then Jackal's like, he likes the Insta 360s.
yeah, I was seeing them. just the reviews. I waited for that. It was the last one I waited for before I made my decision. But with the Osmos and the way the mics just automatically, that's it for me. I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
yep,
that's why I have the DJI.
yeah.
I bought a Insta360, the Go 3S,
Oh
because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's that little pill shaped one, and I can just like mount it, whatever. So trying to get into more of like we were talking about earlier, like a day in the life type of deal, where I
Mm-hmm.
can just kind of mount it and go. We'll see how it goes.
Hell yeah.
It's been it's finally slowing down. I've been working on a lot of freezers lately. I don't know about you guys. Has business picked up?
Oh yeah, we got some cold weather
I love
the
it.
beginning of this week, and Albany just lost its mind. I'm telling you, they went crazy because it hit 29 degrees.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask, like, how cold did it get? It's a whopping 65 over here. I had to get my
It's
hoodie
supposed
out
to
and
be cold
everything.
in the morning too. It's long john weather. At least it is for me.
I'm
yeah,
freezing over here.
we're 60s. I throw the hoodie on all day. But we picked up on the heat calls too, Kurt. It was crazy because it was the most amount of heat calls I had like this week that I had in like 2 years. Like everybody was calling for it. So it was good though.
60
60
frames
frames per
makes
second makes your YouTube buffer.
Makes my bootleg YouTube.
uh I've been working on nothing but freezers. And that's about it. Our AC calls are gone already.
hmm
Oh, we'll
You
we'll
know
still
what?
be running air conditioner every month of the year, but mostly heat
Well,
starting
it's
now.
gonna warm up I think tomorrow or Saturday, like back to almost 80. So they're using it, not as much though.
Nah, true
The hell was
story.
that?
I'm trying to figure that out myself. Lens flare. What the hell? We just banged out a duck job. So just and then we got another duck job coming up next week. So that's really nice because the margins are great. And the temperature was so fucking nice up there, dude.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, that reminds me, I got to do some work in our attic. So right now is a good time to get up there.
Yeah, get up
Mhm.
in there. We got that, and then what I've been actually trying to tell customers, if like I go to a service call and it's 20 some years old, I just went to one 97 compressor. It's fucking done. Rocks, you know what I mean? Sounds like rocks in it. And I was like, we can get the compressor, obviously R22, expensive as shit. But I was letting them know we can replace it because you guys know with the whole A2L shit next year, the increase on prices of equipment is going to go up. And then
Yeah.
to get the 25C tax credit, instead of a 15.2 SEER now, it's got to be a 17 SEER. So it's like in order to qualify for $2,000 tax credits for customers, you got to spend probably another two to $3,000 or some whatever bullshit they want to charge you for these 17 SEER systems. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to kind of plant those seeds, but yeah, I ain't got no like boneyard or scrap units that I could just rip a compressor out of. It's one of the old, them, the rude classics where the compressor and reversing valve are in the little compartment, and then it's just the fan and the condenser coil. So it'd be easy to do.
Dude, I had an employer one time tell me to take a scrap 410 compressor and put it in an R22 system, and it worked.
So, I mean, I can't, this guy had somebody put in a 2020 carrier. They didn't do nothing else to it. He said when the guy came to his house, they had a recovery machine that looked like it had been sitting, or recovery tank, and he dumped whatever was in it. And then when he took his hose off, he hit the hose against his house, and a bunch of just sludge popped out. So I was like, I was like, damn. He's like, I've been trying to find that. If I have a video, I was at this guy's house And he was like, I was getting ready to take off his caps to check his charge, and it was like, I was like, oh shit, it's leaking. He's like, what's leaking? Like, he's an old army vet, bro. He's funny as shit. So I want to take care of him, but yeah, they didn't even hook up his electric heat, so I just hooked that up for him so he could have some heat.
Dude,
Jack.
around here, sometimes people go without electric heat for years and don't even know it.
No, same here.
Mm-hmm.
They'll I've gotten the call too many times, hey, our heat's not working. I get up there and
You ain't got it.
you ain't even got it installed, man. We got to go find it and pick it up and install it because it was never put in with the new unit, right? It's like a newish unit, few
Straight
years,
cool. Bottom,
few years in, no heater ever put in. So I've had that call too many times.
Dude, around there, you don't need it but about once every 4 or 5 years.
I was gonna say, yeah, like because we were talking about snow. The kids are like, oh, we want to see snow. I was like, you saw it when you were like toddlers. It's like a once a decade thing. I've seen it
trust me.
because I've seen it twice in my lifetime that I can remember. And then our cold weather, yeah, every few years it'll get cold, but not every year. It's weird like that.
We see snow about maybe once every 20 years here.
Oh, I've at
Bro,
least seen it twice.
When we was coming through all them
No, I've
spots,
seen it 3 times. My bad.
that shit, it was in the 20s when we went up to Maryland, and when we left it snowed, or it was at least flurrying when we was watching the game. But fucking South Carolina and Georgia was cold as shit, bro. I was like, you know what I mean? I was like, I woke up in Florence and that shit was like 27 degrees. I was like, I just honestly to goodness didn't think it would get that cold there.
When I went to Denver, it
Northern
was
Georgia and
crazy.
parts of South Carolina can be very cold.
I didn't like the snow and everything in Denver.
No bueno.
And it got super windy because they said they had a storm coming in or something, and I was like, oh great. You'd walk out, just hit you in the face.
Well, Jackal, that's what I've heard. I mean, obviously they're changing all the manufacturing, they're adding all these sensors in. I've heard, listening and talking to other people, as high as 30%, and
what?
This is what I heard from some of these cats,
Like that stuff goes up like often now, and it stays up there.
Like every quarter it's going up.
Yeah, the prices are so stupid.
So another thing is, bro, you got to realize all what's going to happen with tariffs and shit like that. So with like everything's just So I mean, when the A2L shit, or not A2L, SEER2 shit, that shit jumped up pretty considerably. You know what I mean? So I'd expect
that was long overdue, to tell you the truth.
Nah, for sure. But the shitty part is with this A2L to SEER2, it's been so condensed in such a short time frame that all this manufacturing, and Brood and Ream dropped the ball with SEER2. It did, you know what I mean? We were waiting months before they finally got the shit, and now I'm curious what's going to happen with the A2L stuff when they bring it out. But if because they're probably going to run out of
order anything. They already can't order anything except for the 454B stuff. And my root supplier right now is out of certain products, and they won't get them until maybe next year.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's going to be a poop show.
And I feel like it's worse for the residential side of it, because like I deal with it here and there, but I can still get some stuff. Or I go to I go to Universal for a lot of stuff. Like it's whatever. But I see more on residential side, the back order stuff and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can change refrigerants in what you're installing, can't you?
I can retrofit a lot of stuff, yeah. Because even with, which is funny, because I was talking to a guy on my show, the guy that I had on last week. He's in New Jersey, and he did like the first R32 systems like in the area. They made a big deal, like Daikin came out, and because that's who they work with, and like interviewed him and was like recording him, and he was like all nervous because he had to do it in front of them. And they made like an
Mm.
article, and he's like, yeah, that they tried to do that with somebody else that installed one like right before him, and
Mm-hmm.
he's like they couldn't use that footage or anything like that because it all leaked out the week after or the day after. I don't know what it was,
Mm.
because it was like these mini split deals.
Well,
and
yeah, that.
and then he's like, at that time you couldn't even get a jug of R32. Like, I'm like, how the hell do you repair it? So that just reminded me about that. But like for me, yeah, like I learned that from some of the older guys that I work with, like what to retrofit what with. Like I had one recently. It was like R513 or something like that, and I did a quick search, and I want to say we put 134 or 404 in it, and it worked.
Mm.
So we do a lot of retrofits.
There you go. Yeah, I put a R32 mini split in probably like 8 months ago. A Daikin one, of course. You know what I mean? And that was my thing too. It's like, fuck, if this bitch leaked,
Yeah, it's a bitch.
but we was good. I've recorded the video, just never put it out.
I see some guys talking about the game coming up Saturday.
Is that what they're talking about?
Yeah,
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
They're going down, bro.
I
Who?
think they
Texas,
will.
Texas is looking. Yee.
I'm a Georgia fan, but I think Texas is the better team.
Yeah.
I don't watch that, but my
The only
Lakers.
problem with Georgia is you don't know who's going to show up. Is it the good Georgia or the bad Georgia? Is it the first half Georgia or the second half Georgia? I mean,
I'm over here getting stressed out with the Lakers, and they've been playing like crap. But that's another. It's a whole other thing. How are
They
your-
didn't win the cup. They didn't want to give them the in-season cup this year. What's up? Because that's a big deal. They put a fucking banner up last year.
Yeah, they're proud of it.
It's
Um,
just like the bubble, bro.
How are the Ravens?
Fucking assholes. They bro, my man Justin Tucker, man. Golly. I don't even want to. It is what it is, bro. He's lost us literally off the points that he's missed. Has lost 3 games, and we're 8-5.
Oh, because
So,
I was looking at the Cowboy like the news on them and stuff. The Cowboys, it's like they were winning games they weren't supposed to, and then losing like a bunch of games, and then like they were like in between, I guess for like draft or something.
oh, okay.
Like
They talking about him getting Shador Sanders and shit. That's what they're talking about.
it's funny because like you see that in NBA and football, like the whole draft thing. Or I don't
Mhm.
understand the football side of it, but like you can't be just like mediocre. You got to be like really crappy or really good because you want one or the other, the playoff run or the high draft pick.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
somebody said
Yes.
Georgia had 2 teams. Nasty said Georgia had 2 teams.
Yeah, and I see Sam Bronny as a joke. I get it, Sam.
Yeah, Bronny is a joke.
Hey man,
How do you even get on the team?
Because his dad's on the team.
His dad's the president, bro.
His dad runs the team.
He's the GM. But we've seen the teams he put together and how many championships they won. So he's a terrible GM, clearly. Almost as bad as Michael Jordan. That's why Jordan had to come to the court when he played with the Wizards. Kwame Brown.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Oh, and then we got stuck with him. He was on the Lakers too for a while. It's like, no.
Yo, not Kwame, like one of them dudes out there that are talking that shit. You know what I mean? He's kind of the voice of. He's kind of like He's like the Jameis Winston, kind of like Gilbert Arenas type shit. I see. Like that's the vibes I get from him.
Oh yeah.
And like Mike B just said, I prefer not to get the top pick. I mean, look at how Johnny Manziel turned out. He was a top pick after being the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback, and he turned out to be.
It's never like the 1 or 2. It's always like the guys in the middle that end up really good. And that reminds me, they were just talking about Ben Simmons, how much of a bust he's been for a lot of teams now, the NBA. Dude can't. The dude is afraid to shoot. He gets up to the like right up to the rim and he'll pass it out.
Ben Simmons played right down the street, though. So I gotta give him some love.
Oh, he did.
Him and Embiid,
Embiid is
but
always hurt too.
it's something in the water.
Anyway, back to work. So I made that Navac video, right? Because everybody kept asking me when I showed it
Oh, the
that I had a Milwaukee
adapter.
battery on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I never put out a video because I kind of knew something had changed, but I didn't have a new pump until I bought a pump for one of our guys, which actually like I had lent him mine. So like I was like, yeah, keep it. And he used it for like a week and I bought a new one. I was like, oh, I'll just, I'll keep the new one or whatever. And it didn't take my adapter. So then I switched it back and I was like, here, you take the new one. I'll give you the extra batteries and all that. I want to use my Milwaukee ones. So I made the video on it and immediately like there was an issue with my upload, so I had to upload it before work. On my drive out, I got a text from Navac. Hey, great video.
Oh, let's go.
And but they didn't say anything bad or anything. They just, they were like, "Oh, no, it was great. Smart of you to do." Because in that video, I kind of made my plea like, and I used Subcool HVAC. I don't know if he's in here, and I used HVAC Reefer Guys videos because they showed off like the JB that can take both DeWalt, Milwaukee,
They send you both. Yeah, yeah.
and then what's the one that's Subcool? He used the Uniweld pump.
He also had Hercules. I know he did one on that.
Oh, he has the Hercules one too. I don't that one I didn't look into too much because I already had the Navac, but the Uniweld was nice because I think it was like a 6 or something. I don't know how many CFMs, but it came with that adapter and you could use whatever battery you want. I was like, this is what Navac should do. Can you imagine
Yeah.
how many more people would buy it if they could use their own battery with it?
All day long. Yeah.
That's
So,
why I've been trying to talk JB into giving me the new battery vacuum pump.
the Flex, yeah.
He's demanding that shit, JB. JB Industries. Put some respect on this man's name and give him a damn vacuum pump.
They wanted to give me a different one, whatever they're selling right now, and I was like, I don't really want that one. I want the Flex.
So they offered you like a different pump.
Yeah, there was some kind of
Okay.
a regular
Colored
plug-in pump. It was like with a DC motor and
Oh, okay. Yeah, they gave me a manifold and I broke that thing in a week and I was like, yeah, that's not what I wanted.
It's just better, bruh. We already went over this. Just broken, yeah.
Yeah.
well,
That was
JB makes good vacuum pumps, and sometimes
yeah,
I think they need to stick to the vacuum pump.
that's what they're good at. And then
Never
all the
had one.
little tools that they make, right? Not the manifolds. I'm gonna get my hands on those probes one way or another, and I want to do a honest review on those.
Yeah, you should. That'd be a good one.
I have seen them, and it looks like there'd be one problem with them. They don't have a 45 at the end of the probe. It's just straight, and the thing looks like it's this long.
I've been surprised at the guys that have them where they can put them, but like I know it's not gonna work for like a lot of the units I work on. I'm gonna have to hook up like
get
a hose or something to it.
a short little hose, yeah.
I started doing that because I have these stupid they're RDI systems and they put it's like the service valves you guys see like on the split systems. And they are just like like right next to each other and I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to get anything in between those two? But that's how they are. So I have to have a little hose that I can put in there.
Yep.
Are we boring you, Jake?
Hey, y'all suck, man. Liven this shit up a little bit. Sorry, I don't know why I'm yawning. I am tired. That attic job wiped my ass out, man.
Do you guys like redo the ducts and everything? Is that what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
We were talking today during our business lunch. Apparently, that's a pretty good business around here too. There's there's guys that moved into just the ductwork stuff, and that's how they make a living.
I'm not
It
even bidding on duct work.
No, we don't either. I don't want it, but companies
the
here
margins are you do
have.
fucking 10 of them bitches, you got 100 grand in your damn bank
That's what I
account.
was. That's what
Pure
I heard
profit,
today.
bro. Like it's stupid money. Like
That's what I heard.
It's
so
because
we
nobody
trying to
wants to do it.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'll be that guy. Yeah, right. And I don't blame them. I don't want to, but when you look at them checks, boy,
yeah. Because one of our guys used to work for a company, and that company kind of converted only to like duct jobs. And he's like, yeah, he makes his money there. He doesn't even want to do service anymore.
yeah, nah, dude. I mean, that's your foundation, realistically. So if you can go in there
Like I
and
want
you
to learn
can,
it. Yeah, I want to be
yeah,
able
it
to
is.
offer it.
That's yeah, it's great. Like at least like, I'll bid jobs differently. Obviously, like if it's gonna suck and it's a belly crawler, all right, we're gonna charge us per drop a little
And
bit
go
differently.
higher.
If I can, yeah, if I can walk around, but the one we just did, bro, we were done in total job 10 hours. We put it was 640, 710 in material. We run a dumpster. It was 285. So just say we rounded up to 1,000. Labor into the job 250 man hours. So times two, 500. Overhead costs for you know what I mean. We walked away at $7,500. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
that's what makes me consider it. When I heard all that, I was like, damn.
but you can only do it this time of year, really, or at least want to,
Oh,
or at least
yeah, 100%.
have. So, Kurt, when you do the mobile homes and you're in the crawl spaces, I know I've seen you down there. You never like want to, or maybe sub it out, or
You just want- Like if I put a package unit on a mobile home,
mm-hmm.
yes, I'll do the duct work.
Okay, yeah,
But it's very simple. I mean, you just tap
it
into the
is.
existing duct work.
Yeah, it's a little bit. Yeah. So we have a couple different levels too. So like boots and registers, they can stay. We just reseal, do all collars for the. And it's so different down here compared to up north where it's all metal. This is
Oh
just
yeah,
like everything's flexed with fiberglass, so it does suck.
yeah. That's all we got
Um,
too, dude.
yeah, so, mm,
Y'all
but
got a lot
Well,
yeah,
of
maybe that's
duct
why I don't
board
like to
down
do it.
there too.
what do you say?
Maybe,
You got a lot of duct board down there.
Oh
yep.
yeah, stupid amount, dude.
And maybe that's why I don't like to do it so much. It's because of that.
Yeah, that's why I don't either because I can do metal all day. Like I'm good with, but
Yeah,
that
that would be cool.
fiberglass boy, no. You don't have, you got a lot of metal, Kurt?
Yeah, if I quote a duct job, that's what I'm putting in.
Hell yeah.
Or if I'm doing any duct work, that's what I'm putting in.
I agree. I'm like, oh man.
I can't tell you the last time I saw like metal ductwork around here.
Dude.
You
I
go in these attics and they're full of flags.
Yep. And that used to be like a bad thing, like that you would see, and now it's like the norm. Like that's all you see.
mm-hmm.
It's so weird.
Back when I used to do metal, little tin knockers, little metal heads, we had our own Pittsburgh, our brake and everything. So we'd make all of our own shit, put our crosses in,
We
fab it
don't have
up.
any here who can build it.
Man, that might be something. I might be moving to Albany.
There's
Well,
an untapped market there.
Yeah.
I don't think other companies that build their own will build it for other people. I hadn't asked them. I mean, they might,
Hmm.
but I've got Pittsburgh in a brake, and I know how to
Okay.
use it. I don't use it much, but I know how to
Oh,
use it. Yeah.
dude, those videos hit pretty hard, Kurt. You could probably do one on that.
Oh, I know. Like I've seen Zach post a few of those,
Yeah.
and AC Service Tech. Um, I was gonna say I've never actually learned anything about making metal. Um, duct. When I went to school for it, they taught us specifically duct board. I can make anything
Okay.
out of duct board, but that's what they taught us.
Yeah. I don't
Duckboard
fuck
has
with.
its uses, but
Yeah. right here, uh, Jackal. I hate all flex jobs. Airflow sucks.
So
And that's the
back
thing,
when
they complain about airflow, and it's because you go up there and it's just
all
all flex.
when I lived in Maryland, we would do duck outs. We would do flex, obviously, but it was we either had minimum 5 feet of hard pipe coming off the off the top hats and shit like that. But inside the flex bags, there was a little instruction thing, but you couldn't do more than 12 feet of flex.
Yeah.
So, but on these ones down here, dude, fuck, dude, they're running 40 feet of flex like on one line,
I was gonna
splice
say,
They're
collars and
not.
everything.
They're
I was
not
gonna say the
supposed to.
commercial jobs, I
Nah.
see them running it. The AC will be in the back, and they'll run it all the way to the front.
Yeah, dude. And I
Dude, I
tried to,
think code is 14 feet is the longest you can run flex according to code.
bro.
Mm.
There's no codes in Florida. I'll tell you that because
Oh, y'all got more codes than anybody else.
they ain't
Well,
abided by.
I was gonna say you might want to rephrase. They just don't follow them.
Yeah. No, dude. Seriously, like, and that's so I tried looking inside the bag and on the bag. I'm like, I know it says it somewhere because I wanted to show these people like this is all wrong. But that's no matter where I've been at 3 companies here, they all do it the same fucking way.
Yep.
And I'm like, they're running 25. It comes, 25 foot, and if you can stretch that 25 feet, you're gonna stretch it out. So, it just kind of blows my mind.
Yeah, we see it all the
Something
time
I
too.
find a lot of time, either a supplier return over a drop ceiling and they have like 12-inch flex that just goes at a 90-degree angle right at the top
Yeah,
and
yeah,
there's
yeah.
no
Oh, into
airflow.
the. Mm-hmm.
And I've started putting elbows on them on top of the register or on top of the return. Put me a little elbow on there and attach it.
Boom.
Get
Yeah,
much better airflow like that.
dude. That's what I've been.
Yeah.
We don't do enough to, but that's what I say too, bro. You wrap your elbow, you got a nice hard bend. Because, dude, all that turbulence that's created when they squish them elbow, like you got 20-inch flex or some shit on a return coming right off because up here, it's 2 plenums that go up generally into the attic from a return or a supply, and they're right next to each other. And then, like you said, most of the time they ain't right in; they're just kinked across to get away from the flat side over where it needs to be. You know what I mean? So all that turbulence on all them, whatever the metal is in it, the wire, and it's just ass for systems. That's
I've
probably why I
never liked.
always do ECM motors down here.
Yeah. Yeah,
I've never
that's one
liked
thing that kills them is your
the
airflow.
static pressure. Yeah. Now, I've always been taught that if you're putting in like a 8-inch flex, you're going to get the airflow of like a 7-inch,
Mm-hmm.
7-inch hard pipe.
Yeah.
It's funny because that's how I was taught too. And then I went to the symposium, or it was one of Brian Orr's videos. What was? Huh? You what? I don't have it, dog. Um, sorry. And he was saying there's been all these studies and tests, and I'm sure we could. There's way smarter people out there, like the dude Adam and all that. Like they're fucking smart. And he was like, "There's not much of a difference between flex and hard pipe." And in my experience, maybe it's just a belief in the way I was taught. It's just hard duck was better, and you can make flex just almost as equivalent as metal. You know
If
what I
you
mean?
mount it and install it right.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
I was gonna say, like, I like listening to you guys. Like, anytime I go to a place now, well, for one customer, because they have like, I don't know, 15 to 20 stores, and they complain about like a certain area being warm, or like these weird airflow sounding issues. I go check, because a lot of times it's flex, and they're just like thrown. They're not even hung right. A lot of them are kinked. A lot of those issues. And this is like a not a, what do you call it? Like a major pizza shop, right? And they've had,
Mm.
these big companies work on them and all that. And that's how they put them in. And I have to go in there and, I'm just like, oh, it's just a matter of me hanging them up where they're supposed to and kind of making sure they're not kinked here and there. And then a lot of them I have to reseal to the registers and stuff because they don't even size everything right. They're like mismatched, like from an 8-inch to a 6-inch or whatever it is. Like they're all mismatched, and you got a ton of air in the attic.
Mm-hmm.
The registers don't have enough of a lip on them to really seal to like you want to.
No, I mean I work with what I got, and just make the best out of it.
That's all you can do. Like one of these jobs we did, it was one of them 20-seer Rudes. The dude's compressor, I did a video on it. His compressor went out like 2 times and went out a 3rd time. And after the 2nd time, though, this was a previous company, we replaced all the ductwork because it was way undersized. And that's the biggest thing, you know, I tell these people, and it's, we know, you know, to an extent, I would say, you know, and we, again, I think we give too many other technicians the benefit of the doubt that they know as well, but they really just fucking don't,
I was gonna say I've been
unfortunately.
burned by assuming that a few times.
Yeah. And it's just like, man, this dude's been doing this shit for 40 years. Like the old, and he put this 20-seer in, 5-ton system with a 14-inch supply duct coming off as your main duct with like a 12. Yeah, dude. And then it was like, and it was a, I want to say it was either a 12 or a 14-inch round flex coming into the drop of the return. And I
Yeah.
was just,
Oh,
it just blew my fucking mind that it ever worked to begin with. And we
Yeah.
did, since we've taken over 4 houses of those 20-seer systems, ducted out,
that's pretty
redone
cool.
because,
But that's how they've done it for the last 20 years or whatever it is.
and that's the truth.
Yeah.
What was that? I didn't read that comment, dude. What, I missed it.
He was talking about like how much flex he'll go out to a 2-floor home system, and it's just a crap ton of distribution boxes with flex.
That's all. Yep. Same. He
Y'all,
said,
y'all know the short stack ream air handlers that they've started making again.
oh, the shorties, they're back.
Yeah. In my experience, they need a big plenum on them to build up pressure. If you put a short little plenum on the top of
Oh,
them,
because it's narrow.
if you put a short little plenum, you get high head pressures and heat. You get low suction. It's like you got a restricted coil, but it's airflow because the plenum isn't big enough.
Yeah. Well, I want to say
I found that multiple times.
like 18 inches or 2 feet or something you need before you have any type of
Well,
whatever.
what I have been seeing is just like a short little the whole plenum is just big enough for a 12 on one side and a 12 on the other. So you're talking
Yeah,
about a 12 or 18-inch plenum, and that's all they got.
bro, that is gonna, you know what I mean? Yeah, if you just seal it, that's what I do. I ain't gonna lie, and that's the biggest thing I hate about down here is all the pookie, bro. Golly, but I just glob the piss
Yeah,
out of
just
that.
use the whole bucket on on it.
What's the proper way to hook up a piece of flex to a collar? Go.
Pan do it, screw it, pan do it again when you get the outer ring on the outer plastic, pan do it again, and then some people do add pookie to it.
You don't do it enough, Adrian?
No, but I don't do the pookie part.
I mean, that's how I do it, Kurt. Or sometimes I'll pan do it the liner, then I'll
Hmm.
put a piece of tape over it, and then I'll put the jacket, then I'll put the pan do it, and then I'll pookie that. But homeboy yesterday with Q, he was doing pookie on the liner onto the collar, and then taking the jacket over that, sealing it, and then pookie again. I'm like, this is a mess for me. You know, because you got to put your hand over the jacket. You're like, ugh. But
There, I sometimes seal returns. Like I put um, foam board to seal return sometimes, and then I seal it with Pookie. And I make a mess. I take a whole bucket and I just sling it all over everything.
Oh,
And
I
I
love
get
it.
it all over me and my hair and my hands. It's a mess.
Yep. That's how it turns out. That's fine. We used to use Pookie when I lived in Maryland. We would use Pookie on commercial jobs, and that's the only time we ever used it. Never residentially, and I hated it because we would get our when we were hanging a duct, big commercial duct, we'd get it all pre-wrapped. You know, it'd be at the shop. Whoever's at the shop making it, they'd wrap it and send it, and then we'd have to slice it, peel it, get our ears, our slips and drives, then Pookie those, and then fold the shit back over it, and then tape it again, and then staple it, and then Pookie that. And I'm like, this is stupid. It was,
Wait, you were Pookie in the insulation?
yeah.
Oh, come on.
You want to do it? You want to do it right, Kurt, or you want to just do it half-ass?
You Pookie everything.
There's no reason to Pookie the insulation.
Kurt, if you don't Pookie the insulation, then it's an uninsulated piece of duct metal.
Well, you cover it with insulation, but you ain't got to put Pookie on the insulation.
Oh, Kurt, how many times that insulation does get ripped off and that tape don't stay? And the only reason I say it's the boss man that I worked with, his name was Ray. This dude was anal. And he would get his duct tested and it would be like 0.00001 of air. You know what I mean? He wanted that bitch at 0. So we would get it pretty damn close, man.
Dude, when I first started doing duct work, when I first got into it, we had to make basically our own taps on our duct work. We would hard pipe it, cut open the insulation, and then take our pipe, kind of put it at an angle and draw a circle, and then try to cut the circle the right size. You ever do it like that?
Sounds about right.
And I would end up with this jagged, weird looking hole that I would have to cover the holes with Pookie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You're just like, ah. I like the collars we used to use. Like down here, it's all the dovetail ones, but the ones with the adhesive on it. And then we just screw it to the metal. It was flanged on there. You were good.
Yeah.
It was. I miss metal. Palette. We get it, Mike. It's not Mike B. It's Mike Pookie.
It's Mike P.
Mike P.
I seen a customer foam their whole duct system.
There is a guy down here who foams attics, but he started his business by foaming ductwork.
Interesting.
And then he realized it made more sense to foam the attic instead of the ductwork.
Yo, I love it.
Well, I hate the foam. Like we have the rooftops, and they'll foam the rooftop, and then the disconnect, and everything else around it. Like I gotta go in with a knife and start cutting away at the foam.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I've seen it too. And then sometimes there's so much foam that the disconnect's actually on the floor.
Yeah, they don't care. They spray
It'll
it.
get wet because water will get up in the disconnect because it's now so low to the floor, the roof.
Jeez.
Yeah, they don't care.
I can't. Yeah. Oh, one contractor for themselves.
Spray foam makes your house too tight. Not good.
In some cases, yes, you have to
That's why you got that bringing that outside air.
bring in fresh air. Yes,
And that's a big thing down here. And that's something I'm not really, which I would love. I need to, because a lot of homes, new homes, have all that shit with the April air, whole house dehumidifiers, bringing the outside air in, all that shit. You ever mess with that?
That tight, and you gotta bring in mechanical fresh air. What's the point?
Well,
Just
now it's an Energy Star home, and you get a nice tax write
oh
off.
yeah.
I don't know if it's probably some bullshit.
And an extra appliance in the attic that you got to run all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna fail, and then the float switch fails, and then then it's not working because the damper's closed, and then you know what I mean. Then you got mold in your house, and your ceiling's leaking.
Oh yeah, because that's funny because I talked to the guys from Diversitech to do the what do you call it?
Blower door test.
Jeez, I don't care. The UV stuff. And
Oh, oh.
we were just talking about like the tightness of a house, especially nowadays. Like it's actually it's worse off because you need outside air. Um, if it's sealed that tight, it's actually worse off than like an older home that is not because the air quality.
It's all about pressure, man.
Yep.
I mean, I seen somebody, they put some giant ass fart fan in their just for the sake of and he was one of them smart guys. I forget where I saw that shit at. A good person to talk to on that's homeboy. We had him, Tim, right?
Oh, dude, that's all Tim talks
Get
about. He's always,
Mustachio?
yeah,
Yeah,
he's all about all that stuff.
he's one to give us all the answers.
Man, he's done some good ones recently. Speaking of Tim, we're gonna probably wrap it up in a minute, but like he had one where he had it was like a lady that went into a supply house and it's like, look at all these products, and she's like, look at your condenser fans, and it's like the smallest little evaporator fans, and then she pointed to a UV light and she's like, it emits carbon monoxide that's good for you and it
Oh,
helps with odors and this and that, and she just got
I
like
love the
the whole,
wrath of it.
she did like a tour of the supply house and she got everything wrong.
Damn,
And
Emits
poor thing.
carbon dioxide.
yeah, and then Tim of course roasted her pretty well.
Damn. He said we don't discriminate around here.
I
Everybody
hadn't
can
seen
catch a
that one.
body.
Yes,
I have seen
Jason.
where UV lights can help keep your drain pan from building up so much algae. I have seen that.
Yeah, I was gonna say there are uses for it. So when I talked to Aaron from Diversitech, I also told him like I don't believe in a lot of them, but obviously it does do something. We talked about the whole drain thing because I there's a store that just has the worst luck with their drains where I got to be out there like sooner than the PM is due. And I was like, what if I put a UV light in there? And he's like, yeah, that would actually help the drain out. Um,
It does.
and he's like, yeah, you just shine it right on the drain pan and all that, and it'll keep it pretty clean and stuff like that. I mean, there's uses for it.
I'd be worried it'd crack that fucking pan though. But
Well, when they first started using them, they did crack pans
Mm.
and they realized they weren't cracking the black drain pans. So they started changing drain pans to black
Oh,
plastic.
I'll say this about the UV lights. And I told you guys this. I got a Remy Halo and a stick light in mine because my son, allergies, asthma. Those are key trigger words for fucking these sales tech out there that do sell this shit as snake oil, as Jason said. But my son he would snore like a grown ass man, bro, like loud. I put them bitches in. This is no bullshit. It's been 2.5 years and he has not fucking snored. Chalk it up to that. That's the only thing I can do that I've said I've done differently. When we lived in the apartment, no difference there. Come here, put that shit in, Gucci. So that started making me a believer in the product. And then
and
when
that
a transformer failed on it, my wife noticed
mm.
that the light wouldn't come on because I have it tied to the fan to come on only then. And she would notice some shit. And I don't know if that was just psychological. But once I replaced that, she was like, I can see the difference. So
Well, I heard that from you, that story, and I was like, you know what? My kid is having allergies and problems with, all that sinus stuff and I don't know, just stuff in general, right? I was like, I want to look into the air quality. So they actually just sent me one. I gotta install it, make a whole video out of it, and we'll see how it
What was
does.
it? Was it New Calgon?
Mine was from Diversitech because they sponsor my podcast.
Well, New Calgon sent me one.
Which
I
one
I
do
might
wave.
install.
which one do they make?
They have an
It's
iWave.
Scorpion.
Oh,
Oh, the Scorpion. I
oh
seen
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I did see that the other day.
So you're gonna put one in too?
I might
You
just,
should. I mean, I
See what the
I
difference
personally,
is.
yeah, like I said, and
you know,
then
I am not hurrying to do a video for them because we talked about doing videos. They were going to send me some products, and they agreed over the phone to pay me for my videos. I do the first video, and they develop amnesia.
yeah, oh, I love it. You got to record these phone calls, dog.
So I'm in no hurry to jump on and do another video for them. That's why I hadn't installed it yet.
Well, you should install it and never do a video on it. Just be like, oh, by the way, I did install it, but
So
Oh.
in my nav in my Navac video, I had mentioned this, and I told my girlfriend, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna call this little series like Burning Bridges, because I did the Navac one. It wasn't that bad, but I have the turbo tank to review, which I had bad luck with it. And then there was a few other ones. Well, I already did the JB manifold one, but
Well,
I broke
dude,
that one.
I'm gonna tell you, I might be a sponsor's worst nightmare because if what they're trying to sponsor or want me to
Oh,
promote is junk, I'm gonna let people know.
yeah. I mean, it like the new Calgon thing. It happened on camera, so I'm like, that's going in. But
The
uh,
fact that I don't think Bosch is the best system out there, and the fact that it's completely made in China, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna say that.
hey, they gotta understand. We have opinions. Um, no, the in the last work video I
my
had, I showed the what do you call it? The field piece ones, the VCRTs. It didn't work.
Oh, I've had troubles with them too.
Yeah, so I
They're
haven't.
garbage.
I'm back to the drawing board. I want to try the CPS one because I've seen Jake use that one.
recently I picked up. I think I may have told you the Navac one too. So far, that one's pretty
Let me know how
decent.
that works because a lot of people complain about that one.
Yeah, haven't had an issue. We did. I used that on the 10 tonner. Pulled a. We got another 10 tonner coming up. Actually, maybe I'll try to record it. But did a triple evac on that bad boy. But it fucking boy pulled that bitch down quick. I mean,
I just
I had
have
quick.
trouble with mine.
I have trouble. I haven't had trouble with vacuums. I've had trouble pulling the cores because
Yeah, I
I'm
don't have the field piece ones at all, so I wouldn't know, guys.
they're
You
just
don't
not.
need them.
Yeah, they're not
I love
clipping.
it.
They're not catching the core the way they should.
Wait till they come out with a version 2 or something. Maybe they'll correct their mistakes.
Yeah, I might go back to Appion if I have to.
That's what I'm using is Appion.
There you go.
But I'm gonna try the CPS ones because I like the way they look.
Yeah, they're good, man. I do enjoy. And they got the little cap in the back too, where you can put extra
Yeah, which is
valves.
helpful.
Yeah, because you always take it out, try to set it down. Somehow it fucking falls into the condenser fan motor, and you're just like, how did it? Like, I'm not even near that. Is that so
AB
good?
HVAC is asking about the UV light that you can put in the middle of the air handler.
Mm,
That Scorpion, you can do that.
oh,
Sit
okay.
in the middle of it.
The freaking
Uh,
Diversatech, the it's UV, it's fresh air or something like that. They sent me the huge ass one, so I gotta figure that out. It has like a
So,
light.
well, I was gonna say I put mine in the apex. Like, I'll drill a hole right there in the apex of the coil, and I'll drop it down just a little bit, or I'll put them right there at the blur wheel. Just to keep that. If you're not good at changing your filters, that's a good spot to put it too.
Yeah.
But if you ever like look at the literature on them, they want you to put like one on each side of the blower wheel, each side of the
Oh
A
yeah,
frame,
yeah.
inside the coil. You're just like, all right,
Yeah,
but now we're just
he told me that when we talked, and he's like, "Whoa, for optimal
yeah. That's like I
whatever."
get it. Yeah.
I was like, "I'm not putting more than one in."
Then you got to put like the special one at the top of the supply. Then off of each takeoff, you got to put one too. I'm like, God dang, like that. That's gonna
Nasty's
cost.
funny.
What is
That
what happened?
VCRT that field piece came out with, it has a window on it so that you can see that you don't have the core when you pull it out.
Oh man.
Yeah, well in the video, I think I even cursed in it because I did it several times and I never saw the damn thing. I was like, well, screw this. I just opened the valve and it shot it out. That's the old school way that I've always done it.
Oh yeah, straight up. That's how we do it, bro. Like, all right, it's gonna come out one way or another because you know the pressure's in there.
I was like, yeah, I know I got it out, but it's just it
Yeah, I
won't
tell you what you can
stick.
do as before you do that, unscrew the part where the valve core stem is going in, unscrew it a little bit and let a little pressure blow through,
Oh,
and then
okay.
tighten it back up, and it'll blow the valve core all the way to the end, and you can shut off that little ball valve and lock it in that place, and
Well,
it'll be in
see,
the end of it.
that's actually how they designed it to work.
Yeah.
you
No,
you
I
came out,
just
you figured it out, Kurt.
no, I just tell if I'm working with somebody, I'm like, hey, watch out. I'm not responsible, and I just like let it rip.
Jeez, that's so
Yeah.
funny. Isn't that terrible though, man?
You could kill a small animal with those things.
Yeah, you can take out a helper.
There you go. Yeah, that's funny, man.
Well, we had a question, I guess. We got on a mobile home HVAC system, is it possible to add a whole house humidifier to the ductwork? Any thoughts?
Um,
I mean, if
Trying to
it's a
think of
mobile home and it's a generally, I mean, you got the package units, but you can also have a split on that, right? Basically like a downflow sometimes, right? Or those mobile home furnaces. Kurt, I'm not real familiar
I'm trying to think of where you would put it.
because it would be exposed to the outside elements, right?
It would have to be under the trailer in the ductwork. I don't know if you can put some of those new Honeywell ones that use vapor. If you could just put it in the ductwork upside down where it goes straight up like that. I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
if you could do that.
you'd have to build some sort of, I wouldn't say housing, but obviously some support down off of it. I would
Well,
definitely think there's some major modifications from the
yeah, right
duct.
where you'd want to put it, it's got a double wide's going to have a flex going from one
It's just
side to
all the
the
way.
other.
You'd almost have to build like a big old plenum going all the way. But then, yeah, that's I wouldn't say it's out of question. I would say it's possible for sure, right?
Honeycomb in the return.
Oh, like the pads.
Sometimes, sometimes return is just an empty space behind the filter.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Anything else before we get off?
Fantastic show. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in for the HVAC Nights episode Dick Butkus.
I tried to send some people over there. I introduced y'all and us at the beginning of my video this time, so
Yeah.
I hope we got
The hell was
more viewers.
the hell was that y'all comment, brother? I'm not feeling that. Are you not part of the team?
What did I miss?
Oh no, Kurt was like, he was like, yeah, I mentioned y'all. I mean, we.
Oh, okay,
I was
okay.
he was like, oh, well, if you don't want to be a part of it, I mean, no.
Dude.
I took it no other way because he is over there with almost 70,000 subs. So it, like, you know,
Kurt's crushing it. You're doing good, man. You're doing good.
that
Proud of you.
roach video that
That
makes
was
me want to.
disgusting.
That one makes. Well, it was really bad. We should have talked about that one.
Oh man, real quick, you lasted a whole lot longer than I thought you
Yes,
would. My
that
man
was.
stayed.
They were all over the place, dude. I saw you take your bag really quick out of there, which was a good.
They were crawling on me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw it like on your knees.
It was disgusting, and I felt bad for the woman living there, and I just didn't want to be in it. And I didn't.
like,
Yeah.
I had to go in there and tell her, "I'm sorry, I can't work like this."
How
do they
responsive
live
was
like
she?
that?
What was that, Jake?
How responsive was she to that when you had mentioned it?
Well, when I went and told her Well, I knew I was going to have to pull and clean the coil. I was going to have to do some electrical work. When I went and told her, I said, I got to drop some estimates and come back. And I'm going to ask that your landlord spray the house before I come back. She just kind
Okay.
of hung her head. She
Yeah,
understood.
for sure.
She
Can't say I've
didn't
never been in
seem
that position. No.
surprised.
No, she knew. She knew.
Was it a single home, or was it like was it connected in any type of way?
No, it was a trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Um,
that one that I had, which makes me want to re-upload because what is that like at 200,000 now?
I don't
Yeah.
know. Last time I looked is 170 something.
No, it was
Yeah.
like already hitting 200,000 when I
Yeah,
saw it.
last time I saw it, it was at 182. So
Um, it's like the one that I saw where I pulled off the thermostat and there was roaches behind
oh
it. And
yeah.
I told the manager, and she's like, "Yeah, figured." And she walked. She kept on with her day, and I was like, "Damn, okay."
That's so wrong, bro. So wrong.
They know. They know.
They know. They know. They know. That's good.
All right.
Good song.
Well, let's close it out. We'll see you guys on the next one. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and let's get out of here.
Later.
Off air.